Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. Hope you had a great weekend. I know I did, even though it was extremely busy. Um, I do have, if you haven't noticed, I'm not using, this is my normal microphone, but it's been acting up a little bit. So I kind of switched to a wireless mic. If somebody could just let me know that you guys are okay. And in the meantime, let's do some shout outs. We got Miss Donna Hoskins here. Hello, Donna. And Miss Kenono Show. Hello. Guess who it is? It's Miss Nancy. How are you? I'm glad you made it here tonight. Mozilla's here. She's saying hello. And Linda Faust is here. Barbara Cade. Hello. And let's see, Miss Damali J is here. Hello, Damali. Remo J. Hey, girl. How you doing? Jeannie Whalen is here. Sorry about that. Jackie is here. And Norma Kaufman. I got it that time. Hello from San Marcos. Barb McKinley. Hey, from a waterlogged in Washington. Okay. A lot of rain. I've been watching the weather forecast, and I know there's a lot of rain going up around in there, but please stay safe. I'm excited for this project. I've been wanting to learn this for a while. Okay. Well, hopefully I teach it well and instruct it well, because it's not that difficult. There is one complicating part in which I'm going to have to, hopefully I'll explain it right. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Nancy. She says she can hear me. Thank you, Norma. Oh, the mic is great. Okay. I think I'm going to be switching because somehow this mic has been kind of acting up now. And one of the limitations there's certain other projects that I wanted to do on a live, but one of the big limitations is that I don't have, until now, I didn't have a wireless mic. So now that I'm wireless, I can actually move to the bigger cutting table, so I have a bigger crafting space. Part of the reason why I haven't been doing too many wreaths or too many big wreaths is because there's just not enough space to fit it on this table. So now that we have this mic, so okay. Let's see. Hey Tiff, hope you're feeling better. That's Miss Tiffany's Quilting Life. And hey Miss Joe, how you doing, girl? That's Quilts by Carmel. And Katie Crafts is also here. Okay, so what's been going on? Well, there's a lot of things going on work-wise. We just made a big announcement that there's a big shift in our company. And so towards 2024, there's going to be a lot of changes happening. And it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll see what happens. And what also is going on? Let's see. I'm starting to plan out what I want to do in 2024. I'm still waiting to hear back from a certain company in which I reached out to them because I wanted to use their ruler and one of their patterns as part of a quilt along that we could do. But I haven't heard back from them. Well, I did hear back, but I haven't heard any decision, so I'm kind of putting it on hold right now. I'm trying to think of if I have a plan B, in which I think I do. The original plan was that I was going to do... I know a lot of people have purchased that curve ruler, or the QCR ruler. Do I have it? No. And I was planning on doing sort of like a year-long quilt-along using that ruler and their various patterns, but haven't heard back from them. So I'm not sure if that's going to be if that's going to materialize. I might just do something not so public or not put it out there on YouTube. And some of the other things that I'm kind of thinking about towards next year is, well, I might be launching a separate YouTube channel. Thing is that if you've been following me for a while, you know that I do like to go exploring, and I do like to take a lot of pictures, because these places that I go to, I mean, they're just beautiful. So I know it's not quilting related, and I kind of want to use some of the pictures and the video footage that I do take from these trips and just put it out there. So I may or may not be starting a separate YouTube channel of me just taking on hikes. So it won't be posted on Treasure Heart Creations, but it might be posted on a brand new channel. So if that does happen, I'll let you guys know, but I won't be actively promoting it on Treasure Heart Creations because most of us don't come here for stuff like that. Might be interesting though. Okay. Hey Larry, happy holidays. Hope you're having a great season. I am. Let's see, what else is going on? There's been there have been a few people in which I am going to do collaborations with. Can't say who, but I'm pretty sure very soon some of them are going to start announcing these collaborations. So I am partaking in some of those activities for 2024. And let's see. I did post on the Treasure Heart Creations Facebook group that this coming Sunday, what is Sunday, the 12th, I believe? Well, do I have my calendar? No, the 10th. Okay. I've been partaking or kind of sponsoring a live Zoom chat in collaboration with Miss T Quilts. And we've been doing it for a number of years, but the cost of me having that Zoom account is kind of getting a little bit to be expensive. It costs me about $45 a month, and I mean, I wish I could continue it, but right now the budget is not saying that, or the budget is a little tight. So I do need to kind of cancel that membership just to save up some, and I do need to kind of sort of like, if there is a lower and cheaper plan, then of course I'll start it up again. But this coming Sunday, this will be the final Zoom for a while. Let's just put it that way. It's not a permanent cancellation, but I am gonna put it to rest for a couple of, maybe a month or two, just so I can kind of refigure out how to actually pay for it, because it is getting expensive. And I do know that they came out with some new Zoom plan, sort of membership plans, where we might be able to do the same thing, although we might have some limitations with it, so I'll have to explore that. But all that said, this coming Sunday, there is a Zoom chat. Again, it's in collaborations with T Quilts, and I know a number of you have joined those Zooms, and hopefully you enjoyed them. But for now, it is going to be the last one until further notice, until I can kind of get that whole situation straightened out. So if you enjoy the Zoom, if you enjoy the Zooms, if you enjoy those Zoom chats, please join us on Sunday. We are going to start at a little earlier, so hopefully Tiffany will be off by then. Sorry, Tiff. Okay, let's see. I love travel vlogs. Okay, Joe. Well, if or when that happens, I'll let you guys know. You packed and ready for rally? I am already seeing videos for it. You know, Larry, I'm actually not going to be attending QuiltCon next year. That's an active decision that I'm making, again, because, well, first of all, it is during the busiest season for me work-wise, and in the cards for me, budget-wise and I guess personally. So I'm gonna skip out on Rally, but I have been looking at other quilt shows. Houston 2024 is up in the air. I don't think I'm gonna go. And did my camera just go out? Hopefully you guys can still hear me, but for whatever reason my camera went out. Okay. That is totally weird. Sorry about that. Okay, well, let me just switch cameras. Okay, so I'll continue talking. I'm still here. I know the image is frozen for whatever reason. I think because, okay. This computer's old, guys. I'm sorry. But I guess it's just going to go on strike tonight. So I'm still here. I'm just switching to the overhead camera right now. But let me kind of get the project started for tonight. And I'll keep talking about certain updates that we have. Let's see. Okay, so I know I'm frozen. Okay, so this is what we're going to be making tonight. We'll see how far, well, hope I might be able to actually finish one whole flower if I kind of concentrate and keep talking. That's a big if, though. Well, you know what? Let me try one thing for a second. Okay, yeah, lost the connection there. Okay, anyway, we'll be making these flowers. This is actually made out of a satin ribbon here, and it's very, 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 very simple to make. It's just a little bit time consuming because you have to form each petal on its own. And there's a total of 16 petals on this particular flower. That's because there's actually 2 layers of petals here. You could go with the single layer. You can go with however many layers you want. Looks like my camera came back. Nope. Okay, it's playing tricks on me. Okay, but simple to make, just a little time consuming, and these work great for embellishments of any sort. So this one's a little big to put on an ornament. If I do use an ornament, I probably put it on, like this is a 6-inch styrofoam ball. That'll work on here. But you don't, you can use it for, I've seen people put these on hair clips. I've seen people put these on, like when they do gift wrapping, if they want to add extra little pizzazz to it, they put these on. So yeah. Okay, the audio's low now. Might be because I'm looking down. Is that better? Yeah, okay. Looks like the audio went up. My, we are just having so many problems here tonight. Okay, is that better? Oh, okay, I just muted myself, but hopefully that turns out to be better. Because I can see the audio volume is almost in the red zone, which means it's too loud. Okay. We'll see if that gets better. Maybe this will be better. A little better. Yeah, it's like once this went out, everything else went kabonkers. Time for a new computer. That's all I gotta say. Okay, well, let's see if this works better. I can see that the audio level is a little low now for whatever reason. Well, it's probably because I'm not talking loud enough either. Okay, we'll go with this for now. So here's what, let's see. Here's what we need. So again, we're making a flower like this. I'm using a satin ribbon here. This ribbon is 5/8 of an inch wide, and you don't need a whole lot of it. Like this this is maybe a little bit about a yard, and that's enough to actually make one flower with the whole 16 petals. I do have a candle here, and if you don't have a candle, if you want to use a lighter, you can go ahead and have a lighter on hand. But we're going to be burnishing the ribbon itself, and I kind of burnt this one, but I'm not going to worry about that. If you got tweezers, I would highly recommend using tweezers, especially because we're working with something very, very small, and you're going to be doing some teeny tiny folds on the ribbon itself. So having tweezers on hand with the needle nose, that'll be very, very helpful. And if you do have these tweezers where I think they call these reverse tweezers, but it's the one where you don't have to, like, I'm not squeezing on it, and it's holding it shut. I only squeeze on it when I need to open it. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. So when I squeeze on it, that's when it's open. When I don't squeeze on it, it holds it closed. And this prevents you from getting your hand from, I guess, hand fatigue, so that you don't have to constantly squeeze on the tweezers to hold the ribbon. Okay. I think that's pretty, and a little piece of cardboard. You can use cardstock, or you don't want to use just a piece of paper because that's a little too flimsy, but you do want something a little bit more stiff. So I just got a little piece of cardboard here. All right. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, first of all, I'm going to take this ribbon. Again, this is a kind of a satin polyester ribbon. And you can, again, 5/8 of an inch wide. But in terms of how long you want to cut it, now for these petals, this is what we're going to be making with this ribbon. I cut this one about I believe 1.5. Yep. Okay. You can cut it to 2 inches. You can also, or you can basically cut it to any length that you want to. When I did this flower, this, by the way, was the very first flower I ever made using this technique, and I think this was cut at about 2 inches, and it affects the size of the overall flower. Now, if I'm trying to kind of see, or trying to make this particular flower a lot smaller, so that, because I do plan on using this on an ornament, and I don't want the flower to be like too overwhelming. So what I'm doing here is I measured out about 1.5 inches on my cutting mat here. And I'm just kind of fan folding the ribbon back and forth so I don't have to measure each single piece individually. Now, this is one of those crafts where being exact, it's not going to matter. As long as you're within the general ballpark, you'll be okay. It's not like quilting where it has to be precisely cut and precisely measured. In fact, we're going to be trimming this ribbon down further anyway, so Right, so all I'm doing is just fan folding it. If some petals are a little bigger and some are slightly smaller, you're really not going to notice it. And there's ways that you can adjust it afterwards when you start placing and creating your flower. Okay. Now, you can use a ribbon that's wider. Like, again, this is a 5/8 of an inch ribbon. I've tested this out with ones that are 1/2 inch. They work fine. You don't want to go, like, I know there's 2-inch ribbons out there. That's way too wide. You do kind of want to make it a little slim or a little bit more narrow. But when you have, I mean, you could probably use a 2-inch ribbon, but that flower, you're going to have to cut it, or you're going to have to adjust the length of the petals accordingly so that it doesn't look so, it just looked weird when I made the petals really small. So I'm cutting each of the petal, or each of the folds, since I fan folded this. And, you know, honestly, I didn't really keep count as to how many I did, but hopefully we'll have 16. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, perfect. And I even got a little left over. Okay. Hey, Miss Katie. Glad you made it here tonight. Suzanne Taylor is saying hello. Gayla Walters, hello. And Pieces Love and Quilting. Hey, glad you made it here tonight. I got to be in bed, so I'll watch the replay. Good night, Mary. All right, so if you do find a ribbon that is double-sided, meaning there's no right or wrong side, that'll be a bonus for you. Unfortunately, this ribbon does have a wrong side, which is this side here. So I'm going to fold this ribbon in half with the wrong sides together. And then fold is on this side or on my left. The opening is on the right side. I'm just going to turn it from the opening side to the center just to kind of taper it. If you guys can kind of see that, sorry. Okay, so let me do it on another one. Again, wrong sides together. I got the fold on my left, opening is on the right, and I'm just going to take my scissors and just kind of taper it down toward that center point so that kind of looks like that. So there's my center, kind of shaped it. Now with my tweezers, I'm gonna just clasp it right there, leaving a little bit of the ribbon exposed. And this is where, if you have your lighter, or in this case, I'm just using a candle, and I'm just gonna burnish it. And when I say burnish it, what I'm really doing is just running the edge of the ribbon next to the flame. And what that does is it sort of melts the, I guess, the plasticky part of the satin so that it actually holds it and sort of like melts the edges together. Okay, so I'll do that with this one again. And when you do this enough times, like by the time I made my first flower, you know, I was kind of rolling in it and just moving a lot faster. So I'm just burnishing it. And what again, what that does is it just kind of melts the edges and kind of holds it together right there. Suzanne, I've made quite a few. I've actually used a lot of these flowers, even some of these bigger ones on like 6-inch styrofoam ornaments. And I mean, I honestly, I lost count as to how many of these I made, but quite a few. How many do I want to make this year is still up in the air, quite honestly. Oh, right. Okay, so this point that I just made is going to be the point of the flower. Now, the inner part, this is where I'm not sure the camera can pick up on it, but you're kind of fan folding it back, and then I'm going to bring it back forward. And if you got two tweezers, this is where it might help. So I did one edge and whoops, okay, lost it. So what I'm doing is I'm using my tweezers, grabbing the edge of the ribbon, fold it back, and then fold it back forward to kind of create a fan fold. Then I'll do that on the other side there. So I'll fold it back and fold it back forward. There's my petal. Which then I will take the candle again and burnish the edge just so that it holds it all together. Oh, and I kind of burnt the edge there, but that's okay. And my candle just went out. And I just lost my wick. That's why it went out. Geez, what else is going to go wrong tonight? Okay, guys, I'll be back. I'm just going to go grab my lighter. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So got a brand new candle. Hello, Miss Sheila. Okay, where did you get those tweezers? These particular tweezers I bought at the Dollar Tree. They kind of came in a pack of different styles of tweezers. So you have your regular tweezers, you had this one, you had the ones for tweezing your eyebrows. So you don't have to spend like a whole ton of money. Just grab any set of tweezers, really. Okay, we'll fold it back, then forward, holding that down. Let me reposition my hands and back. Whoops, it came out. Shoot. Back, then forward. Back, and then forward. There it is. Okay. Down in Big Texas. Ooh. Okay, so I kind of figured it'll be really hard for you to see what I'm doing on camera, and this is about as close as I can zoom in without the picture being very blurry. So kind of thought, okay, maybe this might help you understand how exactly I am shaping the petal. So let's pretend that this piece of fabric here is the ribbon. Now, first step for me was to actually fold it wrong sides together, fold it in half. Then I would trim it. So let's just pretend that this was trimmed to create the point right there at the top. So there's my point, and the part that I'm not sure, I think everybody could see that. The part where I'm not sure you could see is the other end of it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the edge of the fabric, flipping it back, and then making sure that the fold here goes in toward the center. Same thing on the other side, so I flip it back. Then the fold on this one, I'm going to overlap it a little bit. So what ends up happening is your petal kind of looks like that kind of a shape, just smaller. Okay, hopefully that makes much more sense. Okay. If you guys want to see it again, just let me know. Because I can show it to you. Okay, so trim it down, trim that off, and run it, burnish it. And did I totally do it wrong? No. Okay, then I will take this side, fold it, fan fold it toward the center there. And let me reposition my fingers. Then take the other side, fold it over, hold it down. That's a good shaped petal. And we'll burnish it. Okay, if your edge is burnt on the inner part, don't worry about that, because as you can kind of see, it's going to get covered up with whatever you put for your center. So okay, so what was I talking about earlier? Oh, so for next, let's see, what other things? I was talking about Zoom. I'll let you guys know about that. Um, oh, question of the video. So if you type in exclamation question, you'll see the question of the video. I was kind of thinking about this last night because I got into this the mood of watching a lot of holiday movies. So, question of the video is, what is your favorite holiday movie? Um, I was just watching a whole ton of Christmas related videos on Netflix last night, and there's some pretty good ones, I will say. Some really cheesy romantic comedy things too. Uh, and I kept flipping back and forth between Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. Um, but there were some pretty good ones. There, again, a lot of cheesy romantic comedy kind of things. But what is yours? Or what movie do you always look forward to seeing at during the holiday season? Um, I remember growing up, especially during, well, right on, when was it, Thanksgiving night. One of the major networks would always play E.T. And I'm kind of weird, but I kind of love that movie. And they don't do it anymore, I notice. So I kind of miss it. So I was actually, that's what I was actually doing. I was kind of searching for ET if it's anywhere and if it's free. Um, that's what I was looking for because I was kind of feeling a little bit nostalgic trying to watch that. Okay. And every year during Christmas, of course, we had to watch. Oh, what is that movie? It's the movie with the woman's leg that has the lamppost. I forgot what that's called. And the kid gets his tongue stuck on the lightning pole, or the lightning pole, the metal pole. Is it Christmas Story? No, I don't think it's a Christmas Story. What is the name of that movie? I know somebody in here knows it. It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, that's the one. I used to just love watching that kid get his tongue stuck on the pole. Of course, knowing me, I would do it myself. In fact, well, growing up in Hawaii, we never had snow and it never got that cold, so we wouldn't know. But if I would be a little ignorant about that, so somebody told me, "Hey, stick your tongue out and put it on the pole," I wouldn't know any better, and I would do it. Okay. So as you can kind of see, when you get the hang of it, you can kind of speed through this, and it doesn't take too long to shape these petals. Um, and you'll find your own technique as to how to do the fold or this particular fan fold for the bottom. And if you don't like it, I mean, you don't have to, you can just redo it, take it apart, redo it. Okay, and these petals do not have to be perfect. In fact, when I did this flower, a lot of the petals were very, very misshapen, but it still turned out to be a decent flower. So it might take you a little bit of practice, but you'll get the hang of it very, very quickly. Okay. Ooh, wow. Wasn't paying attention to the chat, so now all of a sudden. Okay, Donna Hoskins. I was straining to figure it out. Perfect diagram description of on the fabric illustration. Oh, okay, that's good to know. It's a Wonderful Life this Christmas. Oh, never heard of that one. Miracle on 34th Street. Oh gosh, I haven't seen that in years. Do they still play that? Has a kid, Frosty the Snow. Oh, oh, as a kid, Frosty the Snowman. Okay, that's a good classic. A Christmas Story. Ah, Ebenezer Scrooge. Wait, is that a Christmas Story? Wait, which is the one with the three ghosts? Oh gosh, I'm all confused. I think all these technical difficulties have gotten me all rattled. I'm gonna figure out what. Oh, well, I do know what's wrong with it. There's a plug that's not good on this computer, so that's why it's kind of going in and out. But oh, how come I can't get this one? Yeah, that's decent. Now, let me redo that one. Okay, I'm gonna fold this, fan fold over, and I'll grab this one, fan fold that one over. And that did not hold. So let me redo it. Oh, actually, just gotta, that's why. Oh boy, that one turned out very bad. Okay, so you see on this petal, this part is really bad. So what I'm gonna do, and this might help you when you try and burnish it. I'll trim it just slightly and I'll redo it. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Hey, Judy. It's a Wonderful Life was with Jimmy Stewart, who was given a second chance at life. Okay. Oh, hey, Kim. Glad you made it here tonight. Good night, Nancy. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Tiff, for catching that. Um, it happens, Kim. Don't worry. Okay. One thing too, because I'm using a white ribbon, that burn mark is going to show. If you use a colored ribbon, it does not show as much. And although this says it is a satin ribbon, it might not be. Kind of feels more polyester if you ask, or cottony if you ask me. I didn't realize they made ribbon out of cotton. Whoops. Okay, couple more. There is a Christmas with Ralphie and the Leg Lamp, and then there is a Christmas Carol with Scrooge and the Three Ghosts. Okay, I always get the name of those two movies mixed up. So which is which? Well, I know. Okay, Christmas Carol is the one with the three ghosts and Scrooge. Um, and what's the other one? Is it Christmas Story? Two more. We're almost there. Almost there. Okay, folding that one in, and then I'm gonna trim that stray. Run it on the satin ribbon burning on an open fire. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Making Christmas ornaments. Yuletide thing. Na, 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 na. I don't know the rest of the song. Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh, that was one of my favorites as a kid. Especially when Lucy kind of bosses everybody around. She was my kind of gal. This is the last one. Okay, so we should have all 16 of them. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, got it. So I'm gonna move the candle out of my way. Christmas Story is the one with Red Ryder, BB Gun, and Ralphie was told he couldn't have it because he shut his eyes out. Oh, is there not enough juice? Yeah, I guess there isn't enough. Okay, so Christmas Story is the one with the woman's leg lamp. Then A Christmas Carol is the one with the 3 ghosts. Okay, got it. Got all my decorating done, tree up and finished. All but gifts are wrapped. Now I'll just have to paint ornaments. Oh, you're way ahead of me there, Kim, because I haven't even put my tree up. And I don't know, this year I'm kind of debating whether I am going to put my tree because there's a lot of things kind of going around. Hey, Jim. Okay, so I got all my petals made. Now I'm going to take my little cardboard piece. You can make it bigger. This is maybe about a ½ an inch or so. But of course you can make it bigger. You just don't want to make it too big because you don't want that little piece of cardboard to be seen from the front. So, but you also don't want to make it too small because then it'll be impossible to kind of put the flower together. So here's my cardboard piece. Think of it as north, south, west, east. So we're going to be laying each of these petals on the poles. So no, there's a south pole, there's my north pole, east, and then west. So those are the first 4. Then in between all of those, I'm going to put southeast, northwest, northeast, and southwest. So when that gets glued down, there's your first layer of the flower. Now, because this is so small, we'll see if I actually do this, but sometimes I will then do a second layer in which then I'll put it in between the petals of the first layer. But because this one is so small, I might not even need to do that. Of course, this flower was a lot larger. I mean, here you can kind of compare the sizes of the two. The smaller you go, the less layers you need to do, but the larger you go, the more layers. It looks better when you have more layers. So we'll see how this goes when we start, after we glue everything down. Okay, so I've got my hot glue gun here, and I'm just gonna put a couple dots of glue north, south, east, west. We'll start with that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one. Let's see. Put it south. Oh. Don't glue the tweezers on, which is what I have a tendency of doing. Oh, okay. Put it north. put it west. And put the final one east. And the glue dried up by then. Okay. This might be the smarter way of doing it. Just apply the glue to the ribbon, or apply the glue to the back of the pedal. And then place it down. Why didn't I think of that before? Duh. I guess I had a blonde moment. Okay. We'll put that one there. And you don't, oops, you do not have to go in any particular order. As long as you just somehow glue it down. That one came off. Put that one there. Oops, sorry. My head got in the way, I know. And we'll put glue on. Turn it. Put that one there. Turn it one more. Put that one there. I think I will put a second layer. But that's what it looks like thus far. Okay. Favorite Christmas movie has always been Charlie Brown. I think when White Christmas with Bing Crosby. I know I'm old. Hey, those are classics, Kim. Yes. Shoot, not shut. Okay. Did I say a bad word? I'm sorry. Oops. Helped our kids, 30-something and 40-something, decorate Christmas tree and introduce them to Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, Burl Ives Christmas songs. Oh, you know, here in Southern California, there's actually a very well-known radio station in which, starting from like early November, the only type of music they actually play is just nothing but Christmas music, 24/7. And they play a lot of Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, as well as the newer modern stuff. So like Mariah Carey, of course, is played every other hour. The petals you are making look like calla lily blooms, my favorite flower. Yeah, they do, actually. I mean, on an individual basis, yeah, they do kind of look like that. That's exactly what I thought there. Joni, sorry, I was like, who said that? Strip pole. Okay, not sure what Remo is saying there. I have to have it all done by Friday because Rachel and kids will be here and we'll be taking the gifts home with them on Saturday to put under the tree. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I think I am gonna do that second layer, mostly to kind of cover that center point. So, whoa, that's a lot of glue. And I'm going to just try and do this as quickly as I can because we are over an hour now. Well, of course, we had some technical difficulties. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so I'm just placing the petals in between the first two layers there. And you don't have to grab every single, or you don't have to place it in between each of them. Sometimes if it warrants it, you could skip one or two. Okay, this flower is turning a little lopsided, but still looks good in my opinion, or by my standard. I'll place that one there. Why am I shaking this glue gun like there's liquid inside of there? Stupid. Silly me. Okay, is this stuck? Nope. Last petal. And I'm gonna cover it right there, I guess. Oh, didn't place it down correctly. And this petal's a little funny. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover the center with, I've got my little bead case out here, and maybe do purple. Or I also got a blue. Actually, that looks pretty. Or I can do that. I also do have some white pearls, but I don't want to do that just now. Or just yet. What do you guys think? Or I could do a pink, this kind of pinkish color, just to kind of cover the center. Let's take a vote. Purple or pink? Do I have a blue one? I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of saying purple. Well, I do have a blue. I have a few of those blue. No, the blue doesn't look good, so we'll eliminate that one. Which one do you guys say? Oh, hey, Miss T. Glad that you made it here tonight. East, west, north, south. Yep. Oh, the poles. Okay, I see what you meant. Okay, I got 1 vote for purple, 2 votes for purple, 3 votes for purple, 4 votes for purple, 5 votes for purple, 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 purple. Oh, nobody likes the pink? Okay. If I start those pretty flowers now, Eric, I might get enough done to decorate my tree for next year. Okay, Mozilla. Good luck with that one, Mozilla. Wait until you decide what it's going on. I'm gonna put it on an ornament. In fact, let me see if this will fit here. Something like that. So this is gold. I know the color probably can't, or the camera may not pick up on the color very well, but I was gonna do this. And this is by someone's request that I put this because she had one of these ornaments last year and she wants another one. So purple, or we go pink. I'm okay with either, actually. Purple, 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 purple. Okay, well, I guess the pink doesn't want to stay on there, so purple it is. So I'll bury it right on the center. And there we have it. Looks a little lopsided, but still looks pretty decent for me. Ta-da! Okay. Do you have a red or green? I don't have any red beads or green. Let's see. I do have, oh, maybe I should have used one of these. But they're not round. They're kind of odd shaped. Like gemstones almost. Oh, this is actually a butterfly shape. A small butterfly shape, but butterfly shape. There's that one. No, I think the purple looks good. Well, it's glued down anyway, so tough to change it now. Okay. So I have to figure out what is going on with this camera. It might just be that this camera takes up too much. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Okay, so that is the project for tonight. Got that done. And if you are curious, because there are a bunch of tutorials in terms of how to make flowers, other different styles of flowers. You know, they're all over on YouTube. So if you are curious about learning about this particular art form, I'm typing it into the chat. Kanzashi, that's what it's actually called. It's based on a Japanese art form in which if you go to certain parts of Japan where there's a lot of geishas, they will actually use, or they have a lot of hair ornaments in their hair. So pins, bobby pins, you know, hair clips. And this style, or they use flowers like this in certain cases to actually decorate all of those pins. So that's where this actually comes from. There is one woman, she's a Russian woman, or I think she's Russian, but it sounds like she's speaking Russian. But anyway, she's actually, she has a lot of YouTube videos out there. The thing is, when she does talk, it's not subtitled, so she's speaking in a different language. But you can kind of follow along with what she's doing. Now, a lot of other YouTubers, they do those type of videos where they're only demonstrating it, but they're not speaking. So all you hear is music, and you can watch them. They do it really close up to the camera like this, so you can see every single move that they're doing. You might not be able to see each individual fold, but you can kind of get an idea as to what they're doing. So if you're really interested in learning about this craft, you can look it up on YouTube. Again, I did spell it out for you on the chat if you're interested in that. So that's it for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. I want to thank you guys for joining me. If there is any last minute questions, I'll stay on for another minute or two. Don't forget that this this Sunday of it was December 10th, we will do one last Zoom, and we're going to be postponing the Zooms, or we won't have any Zooms for a little while. So if you want to join, make sure you set aside the time. We are going to be starting a little bit earlier, and all the Zoom information is posted onto the Treasure Heart Creations Facebook group. And if you're also a member of the Tea Quilts Facebook group, it's posted there. If you're not on Facebook, you can always email me. I can send you the information so that you can join the Zoom. But again, this will be the last one for a little while, or maybe, well, for some time. Let's just put it that way. Good night, Miss T. Thanks for the demo, Eric. Good night. Have a great weekend. You too, Mozilla. Okay, so that is the live. Thank you guys for joining me. Stay safe, stay warm for some of you, because I know there's snow blizzards moving throughout the country. So stay safe, stay warm, and let's all get out there and let's all create something. Bye for now.